And let's join the pole-sitting car from RFK Racing of Ryan Priest for a pre-race pep talk. Here it is.
10-4. All right, boys, today we beat elite. I know each and every one of you has it because we've seen it. We're starting from the pole. Best stop you can start from. Let's go do this. All right, let's get after it. We know what we got to do tonight. It's only one way in, so let's just get it done. Yes, sir. Chasing dubs, that's it.
Chasing wins. That is it. Michael McDowell, who starts from 10th position in this race. It is a stunning night here in the Commonwealth of Virginia. A packed house with so much on the line, and none more so for the guy who's going to start from pole position.
Under pressure. This is a fun racetrack. And I said it at the beginning, Ryan Priest, he's ready for tonight, but there are so many unknowns going into this race. In practice yesterday, the tires would lose a ton of speed. Steve Letarte did a great job of walking through the potential strategies in our Countdown to Green show. We're going to watch it all unfold tonight. I think it's going to be chaotic.
Stevie's made it up from the Peacock pit box just in time, mate.
It's electric on pit road, electric in the stands. It took me a couple minutes because it's a packed house out front. You mentioned pit strategy. Tire conservation is going to be right on top of mine right away. 70 lap first stage diff. That's a long way to go in a set of good years.
Now, he does sit in a comfortable playoff position, does Tyler Reddick, but he hasn't won since Homestead last year. He'd like to put that to bed right here, right now, tonight. Listen to that crowd. They know it's time to bring the action. Some Saturday night short track racing. Let's go.
Yeah, baby.
The Cookout 400 here in Richmond is underway, and the pole man Ryan Priest leads the field.
Liam Byard, about row 7. He jumped up, made it 3 wide, picked up some spots. Still trying to make it work. McDowell trying to shut the door.
Trying to get to that right rear quarter panel. McDowell knew that was going to be a costly spot. 3 wide with a dive move to the inside. Chase Elliott, that teal car stuck in the middle.
That's Bubba Wallace down on the low side for 2311 Racing. What a stretch he's having at the moment. That team is in form, and ever since he won the Brickyard 400, Jeff, there is no looking back.
And tonight's an opportunity to start building that playoff momentum. Chase Elliott with a stereotypical move for this racetrack. Make a late left-hand turn, trying to gain that position, getting into turn 1.
And you'll see Alex Bowman a couple of cars back. We did have that pre-race report, but fortunately for the 48 team, it did keep its original starting position. BuiltSubmarines.com on board for Brad Keselowski.
A lot of the conversation about tire wear. How hard can you run early in a run, Steve? Can you be aggressive with these tires, or are you going to hurt them? That's something I think these drivers and teams, they're going to learn throughout the night.
In practice, they just lost so much grip in 50 laps, nearly 3 seconds. And that was in the heat of the day. Now the sun's starting to set. The drivers now know the limitations. They're the best stock car drivers in the world. But that's why in pre-race we mentioned drivers like those 3 right there, the 11 of Denny Hamlin, the 6 of Brad Keselowski, the 9 of Chase Elliott. I think that experience will show. Remember when you had tire wear at Bristol? It was the wily veterans that showed up.
At the back of the pack, if you're a Joey Logano fan, he has made up 3 positions fairly swiftly. Here's the Hunt Brothers Pizza onboard camera. He's just got past Corey Heim as he tries to weave his way through.
Well, he's got to go, because if he doesn't, he's going to get lapped. That's the danger in losing track position. They'll get around to you quick.
Yeah, Jeff, poor thing for Joey Logano was he didn't lose it, he just never had it. He just dreams about being towards the front of the field.
Look at this. Look at the calling Chevrolet of AJ Allmendinger up against the wall, side by side with Tyler Reddick. AJ had his best start of the year and now is edging his way closer to holding on to that second spot.
Conversation with AJ. He wasn't real happy with his car in race drill yesterday. He was a little surprised that he qualified as well as he did, said they needed to make some adjustments. Needed to get the front end to work a little bit better. Looks like they've done it.
He told me today, I am going to try as hard as I have ever tried to get this thing done. The biggest challenge is balance and tires. Haven't we heard that before?
That's it, Steve.
Yeah.
Good handling car. Don't rip the tires out. Sounds easy.
Xfinity Mobile on board for Tyler Reddick. It was a really eclectic mix, Steve, at the end of qualifying. Certainly say in the top 15. Just it was mixed up with the likes of Armendinger being as high as he had, Michael McDowell having a good qualifier. I mean, it was different drivers in interesting positions and people in prominent positions not necessarily locked into the playoffs.
You know, shame on me a year ago. Austin Dillon showed speed in practice. I didn't believe it. I just didn't. I hadn't seen the 3 have that raw speed. And then he comes out, and I know he won the race in controversial fashion, but the truth is, until he kind of flubbed that final restart, he had to win. It was his race to win. And that's why I'm not ruling out any of these other cars that you mentioned, right? I learned my lesson a year ago. So which one of these other drivers are going to show up now with only 2 races left? Or will it be like a William Byron right here hanging tough on the outside of the 77? Because just that's the other conversation. Is the drivers that are in the playoffs, and remember, SVG won a week ago. We don't expect him to be a championship contender. I think he would say that even on his own, right? Learning the oval. But that leaves the regulars, right?